Women's tennis rolls into Big East tournament time. Hello again, everybody. Sean Moth, head coach Mark Beckham. Thank you for watching. We roll back to the final regular season weekend for the Cards. It was at home at Bass Rudd, and that pivotal match against Cincinnati, not wanting to look ahead to Notre Dame, you needed the team to take care of business, and there were a lot of zeros on the board, and they were on the right side of the board. You guys just dominated in that win.
Yeah, it was good to see. I told them that, I'm keeping everything up front with them. That was the most important match of the weekend, not to discount Notre Dame.
Sure.
But Cincinnati was the one that we just had to win. And the thing I like about this team, they're responding now. I've been challenging throughout the year, and sometimes they respond. But here down the stretch, they've been responding to everything that I've asked them to do. And, they took care of business. We're playing some pretty good tennis right now.
That rolls into the Notre Dame match, and it's senior day, always a great day to celebrate. And a lot of times it's an emotional day. And a Notre Dame team came in that's clearly one of the top teams in the country. Is there a top 25 squad and an elite team in the Big East, clearly the #1 seed. With that being said, boy, you guys gave them toe-to-toe battle. And then you came out on the losing end, and maybe it looked a little lopsided in the initial glance at the score, but there were some tight matches, and you should be proud.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, Notre Dame is the Connecticut women's basketball of women's tennis. They're by far the dominant team in women's tennis in our league. And for us to go out there, and we played them well. There was points in the times in the doubles point where it was even or we were actually ahead. The singles matches, Julia Ferlerhoff had multiple set points against a highly ranked singles player. We won a match, Sarah Miller, in 3 sets. We lost 1 match in 3 sets, so everything was competitive. We played them as tough as anybody else in the league. They've played all the top teams in the conference, and we played them tougher than anybody else did. So as I'm building this program and getting this thing to where I want it to be, when I was looking out on that day, that was what I envisioned, seeing the program be. There was a lot of people out there. We were battling and competing. We didn't care that it was Notre Dame. We were just competing and fighting and trying to do what we needed to do. And the level of tennis that we played was very good. And so it was really good to see. I was really impressed and happy. Not happy with the loss, but
Sure.
with what I saw, it was very encouraging going into Big East.
As we go into Big East, the Cards drew the 6th seed, and unfortunately that was just out of getting one of the 4 byes. But with that being said, it looks like a pretty good draw for the Cards. They'll face #11 seed Pitt, and the winner of that one faces the #3 seed Syracuse. And on paper, it certainly looks like a match you should win, and then a match that kind of a coin toss. But I know you feel good about the draw.
Definitely. I mean, it's not like we're a secret in the league. I mean, we've had 3 matches that we've lost to, I think, nationally ranked teams, 4-3. There were some other close matches that we lost when Julia was out recovering from her broken foot. So for us to be the 6th seed, I'm sure other teams are looking at us and they're like, I'd rather not play that #6 seed.
Yeah.
Last year we were the 4th seed, but we were kind of limping into the tournament, so we weren't necessarily a 4th seed. I don't want to really jinx us this year, but I don't necessarily think that there's 5 teams per se better than us.
Sure.
It's Notre Dame, and then there's about 6 or 7 teams that are, like you said, it's a toss-up.
Yeah.
So going into this thing, I want to take it, the usual coach speak, take it a match at a time, but I'm feeling good. We're kind of on an upward tick going into the tournament, and that's always a good thing to do.
Definitely, the Cards are 5-2 over their last 7, and the 2 losses coming to nationally ranked foes. We have the annual awards banquet for the University of Louisville Athletic Department this week, and while the women's tennis team didn't pull any prominent awards, I do have to give a shout out to one of your student athletes. Sarah did just a phenomenal job addressing the crowd. They choose 2 senior speakers, and boy, poise, and I know you were proud.
Yeah, I was like a proud papa up there. It was really nice to see. I've been to 16, 17 of those things.
Yeah.
And that was one of the better, if not the best speech that I've heard. And it's good to see for her because she was my very first recruit, the very first recruit that I've ever picked up the phone for women's tennis.
Yeah.
She was the one, and to see her develop and do that last night, like I said, proud papa up there. So,
yeah.
And she's one of the most beloved players that has ever been here. On our senior day, I mean, I've never seen this before. There were people walking around with T-shirts with her face on. That's crazy. So
yeah.
She's one of the most beloved tennis players, women's tennis players to ever come through here, and she's well liked throughout the entire athletic program. So for her to do that last night was just kind of icing on the cake. She's a great person, and she's definitely going to be missed on the team.
We'll see maybe some of that inspiration can be drawn from that speech as the Cards head to Big East on Thursday at noon down in Tampa, Florida. Safe travel. Best of luck to you and the team.
Thank you.
For Mark Beckham, I'm Sean Moth. We appreciate you watching. You can follow along the tournament on UofLSports.com or through the Big East website and their Tournament Central. We look forward to talking next week right here on Cards TV.